Hi guys, welcome back today. I'm glad to see we came back for another session.
Hi.
Hi.
How are we doing today?
Same old, same old.
Yeah?
We're good.
But we're here, right?
Yeah, and like I said, thank you for coming. I was a little worried, it was a little rocky after last session, so I'm glad we showed up. So, can we take some time, each of you can maybe tell me how this week went? And give me a little maybe one thing that happened this week that you enjoyed and one thing that happened that maybe we didn't.
This week was pretty much the same. I went to work, got home. I work hard, so I just did my thing. She's never home, so she's, I don't know, bowling and Quidditch and crafting and whatever it is she does. She's always gone, so I play Xbox, and then that's what I did. And she came home at some point, but so it's like 9:30 at night, and all of a sudden she's all. So what I didn't enjoy was her coming home like, oh well, you play this thing all day, and all you do, and I can't believe you're having another drink. It's beer, first of all, so I can't believe you're having another drink, and this and that, and then you need to this, and you need to spend time with me, and we don't spend any time together, and I'm just like, woman, you're gone all day. Like, let me have my game. I work to pay for this house. Like, we're good. What's the problem? We're here. You want to hang out? Why don't you pick up a controller? I'll teach you a thing or two. But no, like, every hangout has to be what she wants, when she wants. And I'm sick of the pressure. I'm sick of the complaints about it. Like, great. And then one good thing is that,
Did you get to the next level or something in the game?
I got to play Xbox uninterrupted because,
Okay.
she's always gone.
Well, sounds like you had a pretty interesting week. Kind of similar to most of our weeks that you tell me about. Sounds like same ups and downs we're
I
still
don't see
having.
the need to do anything different because until she understands that I'm not doing anything wrong and that I'm a full-grown man and I can run my own life, then
Well, Brendan,
I don't really see the need to do anything different.
I think that compromise is something that's really important, and right now we're still kind of at a place where neither you or Aaron is willing to compromise. I really appreciate you sharing. I appreciate you sharing your frustrations, because even if we do have to reach a point of compromise, it must be really tough for you to feel like somebody's coming at you. So, Aaron,
Yep.
thank you for being very patient while Brendan talked. Do you want to share with me how the week looked from your point of view?
The week has been the same for the last 4 years. And I have to say, the highlight of my week was not being home. And the worst part of my week was coming home.
Sorry.
We were working so hard. When we first dated, I loved that my husband, well, my fiance at the time, was just so, focused. And he helped ground me, he helped me with my credit. He helped me see what was important out of life so we could have long-term goals. And I grew a lot with him because I had really shitty relationships before and didn't look at those things. So I learned so much from my husband, and I'm like, oh wow. So even though we were super focused, because I really have fucked up credit, honestly, and all these different things, he helped build me, he helped me see what was good. So a lot of things I let kind of slide, and I thought, okay, maybe it's because we're just so super focused on wanting to be homeowners, and then we got engaged, and then all these things. So a lot of the things that he does now, he was doing before, with the exception of drinking. He is so selfish that he doesn't even think, okay, even if he wants to get a drink, he knows I don't even like Corona. Why can't he just get Heinekens and we could just have a drink that way? He doesn't make me a part of anything, and I just don't feel needed.
So
I don't feel needed at all.
All of a sudden,
Excuse me, let me talk. I was quiet, and now he doesn't let me speak.
It's my
Don't
fault.
even talk to him. Just look at me.
All right.
Look at me, please, because I just
Brendan and
can't.
Aaron,
I just
do
can't.
we need to bring out the speaking sponge?
No.
Okay, so before you jump in, can we just let Aaron finish what she was saying?
It's gonna be the same thing. She says the same
And
thing all
that's
the
okay.
time.
Sometimes we just.
I just feel like,
okay.
something, Gabby, I have to tell you something. I appreciate that we've been seeing you for a few weeks, but you know something? This isn't gonna work, and it's not you. This is not going to work if we're not going to see each other some which way, halfway or something. Because you give us so many good strategies that I'm trying. I can't say what my husband tries on his own, because I feel like we're trying to do things and we still not making the full circle. So it's like there's times where maybe I don't feel like I want to try enough because I see no effort, you know? And while I met my husband doing a lot of the same things that he does, I didn't think that he was going to be stuck in like the 8th fucking grade. And like, we don't even have sex. We don't even have a family yet. We're already in our early 30s. Like, I would have thought by now, like, I have a great husband, right? And we have this house, and we both have our careers. We know how to have our own time, but we have no family. Like, I thought we would have, alright, granted, we have the dogs, and we have the birds, but it's like he doesn't even care. You know how heartbreaking it is for me every day to walk past the empty room thinking that one day this is going to be our baby's room? You know, and it's just like he never wants to talk about nothing. Even if we're having sex, if we even get to have sex, I feel like he's just not interested. What do I need to do? Play Fortnite, or you know, or all these other games that he plays, like on my shirt, on my back? Like, I don't know. It's just we're so disconnected. And maybe I know you told me last time. Well, what if you thought about playing the game with him, even if it was for an hour? But he wants to be there 8 hours, and it's boring to me. It's hard for me to fake. I'm not a fake phony. You know, I'm very matter of fact, and it's just. So, you know, I feel bad saying it. I don't look at other men. I'm not looking to cheat on my husband, but sometimes I just don't want to be home because this is not a home. Okay. This is just the house we bought.
Well, can I make some really good points that you made?
Can I just share my point of view, because I feel
do you mind if I interject just real quick, and then I'll let you have your turn. Crystal had a turn, you had a turn, and I don't want to.
I'm wearing my ring
But I wanted to point out some really good things that Erin had said, which is that she's clearly looking forward to a future with you, even though things are not going great. And she said some really nice things about you and things that you're capable of. She was talking about how driven you are, how you helped her become a better person. And so I think that was really kind. Amongst all the things that she said that were a little difficult in trying in your relationship right now, she made a lot of really good points. So, that also being said, please let me know how you feel.
So, I think that part of the problem, is that all of a sudden she expects some dramatic shift, and expects me to give up everything to see things and do things her way. Okay. She said herself, number one, that the things that I do, I've always done. Mm-hmm. She knew that when she met me. She knew that when we dated. She knew that when she accepted the ring that she doesn't even wear anymore. She knew that when she was walking up that aisle, and before, during, and after she said I do, she knew that stuff. So it's unfair to me to be blamed for something that I've always done. How are you going to wait? I'm sorry.
Thank you for being patient.
Thank you. So it's unfair for me to be blamed for all of that. She said again, too, that you've given us suggestions that she tried to get involved in something. What did she say? It's boring, it's stupid, I hate it, I'm not interested in it. Next, she said he doesn't do the things that I want to do. He doesn't go out with me. He doesn't participate in these things that I want to do. So she's judging me and judging the things that I do without even trying them and without even trying to get involved in them, and then shaming me for not doing the things that she wants to do. There's a double standard here. For some reason, everything that I do is wrong, and then everything that I'm not doing for her, I'm still wrong. So I don't hear any accountability on hers for the things that I've asked her to do. She talked about motivation, and I was so driven in motivation. Mind you, I was good in the apartment where we were living. It had a nice view of the lake, right? Big, good size. It was affordable. I thought we could put some things aside. Nope, she wanted to buy a house, so we bought this house that she picked out in the neighborhood that she wanted, because it's what she saw. And I said, you know what? That's what you want? Great. Work hard for it? Of course. But just because we bought the house doesn't mean that the work that I do has ended, because we still have to pay for the house. So the
Fair
mortgage
point.
payment is expensive every month. So I work hard and I work a lot. And no, I didn't go to college to get some fancy degree. So that means if I got to work harder and longer, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I do. When it comes down to our sex life, Fortnite on her chest and her back, like if that's what she wants to do, but there's no, there's not even any consideration. It's like if I don't trip over and fall into it, it's not good. Like there's no, what happened to
Well,
romance?
So let's take a halt here. I think things are getting a little heated on both ends. I heard Erin use some terms and you use some terms that are a little bit negative, and I just want to give a reminder that we're trying to keep things positive, open, as loving as it possibly can be here in the office. Before I let you chat, I saw you raise your hand a couple times. I don't want that to go unnoticed. I know that before you left last week, and you both brought this up, I had mentioned you guys trying to maybe immerse yourselves a little bit into each other's worlds, and it sounds like both of you gave it a try, even if you didn't like it. So I want you guys to, we're going to do a little exercise. I want you to close your eyes. Bless you. First of all, take a real deep breath. Breathe in, eyes closed. Breathe out, eyes closed. All right, I want you to imagine yourself as your partner. So Erin, you're Brendan. Brendan, you're Erin. I want you to just take a moment to think of the little things you did this week, even if you didn't like them, that the other person tried to do for you, and how that must have felt for them. If you're done, you can open your eyes. So it sounds like, Brendan, you felt that Erin didn't really try to do anything other than play video games for you this week. And
No,
Erin,
I said she didn't even try.
And Erin, it sounded like I didn't really hear what you tried out for, or I didn't hear what Brendan tried out for you this week. So if you did try to do something, maybe it went unnoticed and we can talk about it here. Yes.
I just feel like my husband made a lot of great points, right?
I thank you for
When I
acknowledging
first met him and how he was, it's true. I am not a gamer. That is not my interest. And I honestly feel like just because we're married, we don't have to always enjoy some of the same things.
Absolutely.
So since gaming is not my thing, I've recognized I'm not really into it. But what I think we should be able to come to an agreement on is instead of like 3 hours or 5 hours playing a game, you know, because it's the truth. I want, if that's his time that brings him joy, I want him to enjoy it. And if I'm in it, he's not going to enjoy it because for me, and I don't want to disrespect him, but I feel like I'm wasting hours. Like there's things I could be doing in my day. And I don't want to take that away from him. That brings him joy, then fine. I don't want to be a part of that. I want him to have his own space because I think just because we're one, we need to be our own stuff, right?
Yeah,
but I just feel like I do so much stuff because he's really into his game. And I don't want to take that away from him, but I just think that maybe if he doesn't spend so much time, or maybe puts aside a certain amount of time for this, that I just feel like I'm his priority too.
Okay.
I know there's things that I don't like, and I will be very honest. If I sit here and tell you I'm going to try, he's like, you're going to come back next week and tell you the same thing because I think it's stupid for me.
Okay.
But I'm happy for him because it takes him away from paying all these bills and working. Because my husband does work hard. Sometimes he works 18 hours in a day.
Wow.
And I get it. He don't want to come home and do things. I get it. But sometimes it's like his escape has been his game. But I don't want that to be his only escape. Sometimes my escape is just wanting to connect with him. And I feel like we've disconnected.
All right,
So,
so let's talk about
part of it, I get it, but in
Yeah.
the big picture, but here's the missing piece,
Okay.
Gabby, here's
What's
the
the
missing
missing
piece. So I work hard, all of that, I come home, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I want to de-stress so that I can be like a whole person, because work is stressful, you know. But if I stopped doing my thing in order to reduce that amount of time, like right now at that current moment, most of that time where I wasn't doing that, I'd be sitting at home in an empty house waiting for her to get back from some class
I'll
or
stop going to some classes.
or some activity or something anyway.
So
if she's mad about something I'm doing, I'm asking
What do you
for
want
the
from me?
point
Can
of
I-
you to be seen.
Can I make a really good point? It sounds like you both are trying to reach a point of compromise. Oh no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It sounds like you're both trying to reach a point of compromise, and we just don't know really how to get there right now. So I hear Erin saying she's willing to drop some of the things she's doing if you're willing to cut back some time. I hear you saying you're willing to cut back time as long as Erin's going to be home to spend that time with you. So I think now it's kind of a matter of us getting there. So why don't we try something different we haven't quite done before? I want you, if we have
baby,
time.
you have to be on your phone.
It was my work. Sorry, I was saying I can't do it because I'm here with you.
Awesome.
So I turned down. I
Stuff,
put off
but
my work job.
I think that's fantastic.
So maybe next time try asking me if it was my work or if it was important before you judge me for doing something.
When I come here, where's my phone? In the purse, do not disturb, right? Because this means a
Yeah.
lot to me.
We all have different ways that we
So
handle
right
work.
there, I put aside my work
Yep.
for that, and without even asking if it was my work, she assumed I was doing something stupid, and then one-upped me with, well, where's my phone? Well, her work has a schedule that runs every same time every day. Mine doesn't.
I'm just tired
so
of fighting. I
I
just
get
want him to just see. I'm not trying to one up. This is not a competition.
So let's.
It's just, this means so much to me.
that's what it feels
Nothing
like.
is
That's the
more
way you
important
talk
to
to me
Not
about
my
it.
job, not the people in the street, not my extracurricular. It's him.
Okay.
So when I'm here with you, I just want him to be here with you too, and
Okay.
me. Put
So-
your job
But
aside.
you're not. You're putting yourself in my position from your perspective. You're not putting yourself in my position. You're saying what you want for me.
So
What
friends,
you want
we're
for
going
me,
to put
not what you think
ourselves-
that.
we're
You are married to me, not to your
Guys.
job.
But you're not my boss.
No, but I'm your wife.
But that
Do you
means
want to lose your wife?
do we need to bring out the speaking sponge?
I
my
know.
friends?
I think that it needs to be
You know
heard
what? Can I just take a little break?
again.
Yeah, let's.
I'm
Again,
I'm
not
gonna
even
take a
heard,
break.
Not
You
even
just
heard.
do?
Not even
I
heard.
think that's a
I just
great
want to go
idea.
to the bathroom real quick. I just
Okay.
need a break because
Okay.
I don't want to say something I shouldn't. I love my husband, and I feel like everything I'm saying to him, he attacks. I'm not trying to attack him. I'm trying to save us because we are on a thin thread.
So when Erin comes
I'm
back
gonna
from
take
the
a break.
bathroom, I want there to be
Unbelievable.
open space. All right.
It just again, it's not even. It's about feeling heard. It just always feels like everything has to be in line with what idea she has for
So,
us, so
Brendan-
that there's no compromise.
I
And if you're about to tell me that I need to listen, I get that. I need to listen, but so does she. And I have to compromise. I get that, but so does she. I get that because she made the phone call to you. I understand all of that, but that doesn't mean that I'm unimportant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I understand. No, I understand your frustrations, and I know that it's hard, and being here is not easy. And I want to thank you for putting your phone down from your text from work. When she comes back, maybe we can talk about some ground rules for phones in the office. Maybe we can keep the same ground rules that I have. My phone doesn't come in the office, so maybe your phone stays in the bag as well.
It's my work.
I know
Sorry.
it's work. I do.
I have to pay. Our mortgage payment
I know.
is $3,000 a month for the house that we live in. Where's
May-
that $3,000 going to come from if I don't work? So
Yeah,
I
that's a good
said,
question.
and on top of that, I said no. Yes.
Is work really going to not give you the shift if you answer them in 25 more minutes or now?
It wasn't even about offering me work. It was about telling me to come fix a problem at work. And I said, can't. I'm at an appointment with my wife. Talk soon. Period.
Was that a text that could have waited till the end though?
I mean, it's an emergency.
Well, next time just share that with us.
I tried.
Okay.
And I didn't even have a chance. There was no explanation. It was all,
Yeah.
you're this bad person for answering a text about something, even when you're trying to create that space that she wants. I'm trying to create that space, put up that boundary, and it's still not right.
That boundary
Well-
should be in place before you even get here.
Can I say?
Should.
Can I
See,
say-
again, should.
Let's welcome Erin back. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. I understand things are a little tense. They're a little heated. We have a lot of feelings. when it comes to phones before we leave today, I think we'll discuss a new policy for phones in the office. I think we should maybe drop this conversation for now and table it because it's making us a little bit riled up, okay? So you guys talked a lot about needing compromise and working on compromise. I'm going to lay out the ground rules for our next exercise. You each are going, I'm going to ask you a question, you're each going to think about it, you're each going to take a turn to answer. Here's what I really hope we can do. I want you to listen to the other person. I want you to identify how they're feeling, and I want you to empathize. I want you, if Brendan is saying that he likes to play video games, they make him relax, what we can hear from that is maybe Brendan is stressed. If Erin is saying that she goes out and plays softball every night because she doesn't like to be home, maybe what we can hear from that is that she doesn't feel like there's anything to come home to, because that is kind of what it sounds like you guys are giving me. So what we're gonna do, I know it seems a little tough there, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a try. I want you guys to imagine if you come home from work on a regular Monday night, what would the ideal night with your partner look like? Okay? I'm gonna let Erin start because she left us a little bit on the break, so I think she has a few things to say. Let me know your ideal night, and remember, no harsh words to the other person, no if they coulds, just what would it look like?
My ideal night is I envision coming home, seeing my husband happy, having dinner together, just sitting at the table, talking about our day, laughing about something, even if we get mad about something. Just connecting with each other in a way that we haven't in a long time, you know? Cuddling with each other, even if we watch movies next to each other. Going out for ice cream like we used to. Sitting on the porch, even though we're so young, but like the older people do across the street. Holding hands. You know, I know I'm saying a lot of different things, but honestly, all I really want is just attention, and a positive attention. Like, I just want him, I want to feel like he's happy being home, or that I'm here, or acknowledge that I'm here.
So that sounds like a really good night. Sounds like a really fun plan. I mean, maybe Brendan's night will look a little bit different, but I like the way yours sound. So let's hear what Brendan's perfect night. Monday night, come home from work. What does a perfect night look like for you with your partner?
Whatever makes her happy, and I mean happy like she used to be. Like smile, like I don't know, like back in the beginning she would like try to catch my attention with something.
Okay.
And then she would sit down and be interested in what I was doing.
Okay.
And I mean there would just be no like giant sigh at the beginning of every statement, and
Keep it positive.
there would be some patience, and there would be some like she used to do stupid stuff like
Stupid in a good way.
well, yeah, like stupid in a good way. Like this one time I was hanging out just kind of, and like the couch in our old apartment that was like in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Right? So she came up behind me and she cracked an egg on the top of my head. It was like, you're such an egghead, but she said it and she was laughing, and I turned around with literal egg on my head. She had her phone out, she recorded my reaction, and we watched that video so many times and we laughed. Like, it was stupid, but yeah, I'm as old as I am. Like, I'm in my 30s or whatever, but 30, even though it's, we don't have to be the old people across the street. So, but she doesn't laugh like that anymore.
Okay. Like,
So anything that would make her happy, just to bring that side of it out. And I feel like if we both could get to that place, and yeah,
Absolutely.
maybe it's just been like, I mean, I'm sick of hearing her, but
keep it positive.
well, it's true,
I
and I'm
know.
being positive, but it's nothing negative. It's just that's it. So we don't fight, because I feel like if I engaged in all that, if I started fighting, right, I say all these things in here, but out there at home I say almost nothing, because I feel like everything I say is wrong, so I don't want to hurt her feelings anymore. But I guess it's just gotten to a point I don't know how to stop. So but I'm not doing it on purpose, it just happens. So finding a way to be.
So I think you made some really fantastic points. I want to thank you for sharing that, because I'm glad that you feel like this is a safe place to share those thoughts and feelings. I think Erin probably appreciates that you're letting some of it out here as well. One of the things you brought up that I thought was really important to touch on was you said you wanted to laugh like she used to. And I asked you kind of a little bit what that meant, and you went on to say, I want her to do things to catch my attention like she used to. And you brought up the egg scenario, but are there any other things? That way Erin kind of gets an idea of what it is that you're kind of
No, I mean, that's not about her taking care of herself. Look at her, she takes amazing care of herself. Hair's always done, nails always done, clothes on point.
I know it's a personality thing and things you did
but
together.
it's just little things, like little things that feel like she wants to catch my attention and is not demanding it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Do you kind of understand what he
Yep,
means?
I have something in mind.
You have something in mind? Do you want to share it with us?
No.
No?
Let me just be clear.
Okay.
Let me just be clear. I'm not talking about sex stuff. Like, I don't expect her to, like, I love her for who she is, and how we are in
Absolutely.
private is different. That's different, and like, out of respect for her, we don't talk about that. But I'm talking about, like, just like stuff that says, you know what, I see you.
Okay. Do you think you could do that?
I think I have something in mind that I don't want to
Okay,
say out
you
loud.
don't have to share it
But
with
I
us.
think it's gonna be a positive turnaround when we come back.
Okay.
And can I just
I
speak
can
on,
promise that.
can I just
Awesome.
speak on
She looks
something
very
else
happy about it.
that I've been holding inside, but I feel like I need to let it out.
Yes.
She said when she walks past that room, she gets all disappointed. But what she didn't tell you before is about the baby that we lost, you know? And that was hard, and we never talked about that. But if what she's saying is she's ready to try again, then, like, she walks past that room, but she doesn't open that door, you know? Like, that was supposed to be the room. And it's, yeah, it's half painted, and it's, like, there's no furniture in there, and it's just a mess. But, I mean,
I'm sorry for
go
your
home and
loss.
open the door, because she's gone a lot, and it's our anniversary coming up, and I'm just going to do this now because our anniversary's coming up. I need to tell you that in the past 2 weeks, while you've been gone, you think I've been playing these video games, but I've been waiting for you to do it. I've been in there, and I painted that room, and I put baby furniture in it, and I think it's time for us to try for another baby. And I think that this is going to be our way to do it. I'm not saying right now, and I'm not saying today, but I'm saying that this is me telling you that when you're ready, we need to do this, that I'm committed to this. But if you go home and look, I think you'll understand. And if it's about video games, then we'll talk about that. But you're more important than video games.
That was a really kind gesture. How does that make you feel? Can you?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad because, you know, it's the truth what my husband says. Like, I just passed by the room. I'm like, oh, I don't go in it. And had I gone in it, maybe I would have been thinking, wow. I mean, it wasn't going to change a lot of my feelings, though, because even though the last 2 weeks he's been doing those things, which I didn't know about, I can't wait to go home and just see it. I have an idea of something fun and just playful that we could bring the fun back out of us.
That'd be great.
I just don't know where we got stuck after that.
I think maybe things just took different paths, and it sounds like you both want to be back on the same path. That you want the same
I don't want it
things
to
in
feel like a
life, and-
routine. I want us to just be natural.
I feel
That
like
makes sense?
I feel like I don't know. We just never talked about it, you know. We
Okay.
never talked about it.
And that's
We never.
it's a big thing. That's the loss of a child is really difficult. And if you didn't talk about it, I can understand maybe some of, this pain that we're feeling right now and this disconnect stems a little bit from that.
Well, I mean, we never talked about it because I always thought that I was a failure. I mean, I'm carrying a kid, and 6 months later, no kid. You know what I mean? So I just thought, wow, my husband has no problem getting me pregnant. I have a problem staying pregnant. So I was nervous to do a lot of different things because first of all, I don't, it's just hard. So I'm like, oh, I talked to my doctor, I met with my doctor. She told me that sometimes that happens with a first time pregnancy, but since I'm in my 30s, early 30s, whatever,
But it was my loss too,
Yeah, you both suffered a loss. It was hard on both of you, and
I just wish that maybe, I didn't know how to talk about it, but I just wish he would have made me talk about it.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Maybe some thoughts moving forward. Not that we ever wish this would happen again, but since you guys are now starting to talk about it, is to take some time and remind each other that neither of this was your fault, and practice saying that. Especially for you to say, I didn't do this, nothing I did caused this, and the same thing for you, Brendan. Acknowledge how he's feeling and empathize with him. He lost something too that day. Yes, it might feel like he doesn't understand because you were growing that baby. That was his baby too. So you're both hurting. Can you just take a minute to look at each other and tell each other?
You're so cute.
It's not your fault. I don't hold it against you. It happens. I have this folder of stuff that I didn't show you, but after what happened, I printed out a bunch of stuff and I learned some stuff like what if there was something wrong, like sometimes if that baby is going to have a hard life, if there's something so wrong, nature just takes it early, your body knows. So I've been trying to think about it like it's not your fault, you didn't lose anything, you were saving that child, you were saving that baby from a hard life.
Yeah, but that's not how I look at things, I feel like, that was a few years ago. It was hard for me to swallow. It's still hard for me to talk about. It makes me want to cry.
But it's okay. That's okay. It's okay to mourn the baby. It's okay. We lost a child. It's okay.
But then I needed you. We can't talk about what we didn't do, but in the future, don't think it's okay to just, I'm happy you found all those things, but talk to me. That's why I felt so alone.
Let's start here. Let's just start here today instead of making all these plans and putting all these expectations on each other. I remove officially all these expectations that I've wrongly put on you. But I think we just have some learning to do about how to talk to one another without doing that. How to grow together after all that. How to grow out of, wouldn't it be nice to feel like you could talk or that you felt spoken to without a hidden message? Because that's what I hear you saying, that you think that I think all these things and want all these things from you, and the same thing from me. A lot of times I feel like you want from me something that else. Like you say something to me, but what you really want is something else, and there's a whole list of stuff. And if I feel like that, I can't think that can be anything but equally hard for you. So I want to learn how to talk to you without that. And that's not your fault, you see. That's not your fault. That's my fault. That's my fault for...
Well, that's our fault.
It's my fault for taking you for granted, and my fault for not speaking to you the way that you deserve.
Well,
so I want to learn how to talk to you and do that. And does it require all this communication between us? Yes, it does. Is it going to be perfect? No, it's not. Am I going to make mistakes? Yes, I am. But what I'm saying to you here and now is that I'm willing to be open about those mistakes and learn from them, and eventually it'll get better. But I'm just asking for some patience as I'm learning, that's all.
And I appreciate everything that you're saying to me, and like what you're saying, I appreciate some patience from you, because I recognize that me not being here isn't fixing the problem either. Can't expect things to change if I don't make myself available, and it shouldn't have to feel like I need to make myself available to my husband. It should be always a natural thing. I'm gonna cut back You know, I have like 4 different things going on, so I'm just gonna.
You're still the girl I never thought I could get. You're still that girl that's out of my league.
Man, what are you guys paying me for? You don't even need me here. I'm just, you guys are.
No,
We
we
have work
need
to
you
do.
here.
I
This
know.
is why.
work
We
to
do. We've
do.
got
We
work
have
to
work
do.
to
But
do.
you
This
know
is
what?
why we
This
got
is
to this
huge.
point.
We
Yeah,
have work
this
to
is
do.
huge.
We have
I'm
work to
really
do.
glad that you guys were able to have kind of this aha breakthrough
Talk to
moment.
us about our homework, because I'm telling you, we're making wonderful.
Right
movements
now
here.
we're moving mountains right now in this office. So do you guys want to try the next thing? It sounds like you guys are ready for some compromise and some change. Okay.
Yeah.
So each of you are gonna take a piece of paper.
I'm hoping that part of this is stuff we can work on together. Cause it
I
sounds
think so,
like that's
absolutely.
important.
So you know what? Let's just skip right to the together stuff, and if we need to, we'll backtrack to the other stuff. So
Okay.
you guys can use this. You can
Okay.
actually write right on top of it with a
Are we doing
dry
the
erase
same
marker.
one?
Yep, we're gonna do this together. I want you to read the questions out loud and answer them together. I know the spots are small. Feel free to write all over extra
We
paper if
would
you need it.
like to visit movies, books, or music we like. We have fun when we, as a couple, we're good at. Do you want to read those?
Okay, as a couple, our weaknesses are communication. Put that there, buddy. Unique things we have in common. Okay. Qualities we value in a person. 3 goals for our future together.
I'm going to write the first one.
All right. Take some time to fill that out together.
3
okay?
goals we have in common, or 3 goals for our future together. A baby shark. This means I gotta do.
I love this. We're laughing. We're smiling.
Baby
we
shark.
turn
You
this
tell
around.
me. You tell me what. Where do we
Well,
want to
let's
go?
start here too. I want us to have fun.
Fun.
I love that.
Fun.
That's a
fun
good one with no
activities.
pressure.
Yeah. I think our communication, but we're gonna get better at that.
Communication.
You are going to get better at that. I love these positive statements.
Unique things we have in common. Those practical jokes.
Yeah, we're playful.
You guys, next time you do it, record it so you can show me. We can laugh
She's
together.
gonna. You know what? I'll have her bring the YouTube links because that thing went up
you're
on YouTube.
Yeah, I got
Oh.
11,000 likes.
Wow. All right.
They
yeah,
almost
put
wanted
it
to
in.
pay me. I'm like, I don't want to keep doing this. Well, you always said we always wanted to go to Bora Bora. I mean, we're gonna think
Bora.
big. Let's think big.
Yeah, think big. Maybe too, you guys can set a small one, something you can visit maybe this week together for homework.
We would like to visit.
Maybe not this week because I know everyone's schedule is crazy, but we're gonna change our schedule.
Okay.
So
You
So
know
in the
what?
next few weeks.
If you have some time off, what day do you have off this week?
Thursday.
Then
and
I'm just
Wednesday.
not going to work on Thursday. As soon as we get out of here and I touch my phone outside of session,
Good.
the first thing I'm going to do, and you can watch if you want, you can see it if you want, I'm going to tell them that I'm not working next Thursday.
Love that.
And then next Thursday, we get up in the morning and we start with a cup of coffee and we spend the whole day together doing whatever makes you happy.
Awesome. So where are you going to visit on Thursday then?
I mean,
Maybe go to the Cape or something.
we
Ooh,
could.
a nice little trip to the Cape for the day.
Or you could let me take you to all the places you love. You get your nails done, get your hair done. We
What are
could
you
take
gonna do
to
though with it? No. Why don't we?
appreciate you.
Well, how about this? What if we do a pedicure together? I know you don't like nobody touching your feet, but hey, they massage you at the same time.
Men's feet are funky.
Right after my girl touches them, she makes them wonderful.
Qualities we value in a person. Honesty.
You guys have been very honest today. We've shared a lot of things.
As a couple, we're good at.
Compromising, we're here.
Yeah,
Compromise.
it's a great one.
Movies, music, or book. I know.
I pose. I know it's not is this a TV show we're watching?
But
Oh
it's-
my
yeah.
God. Honey, you gotta put that down. Like, put it
That's
down for the
number
first
one.
and second
That
one.
is
It's
the first
wonderful.
one. That is the only show lately that both of us will sit down and watch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have something you like to do together?
Yeah.
Right there.
We have fun when we cook together because you know I'm as white as they come, which means that
Can't beat those
I
Spanish rice.
can't make rice there's something about putting one, and she's like, oh, you just got to stand the spoon up in it, and you got to do it like this. And can I tell you, back in the day, we used to pretend that we were on a cooking show together. You know how those couples go in the kitchen and they cook meals?
Oh, and you have
So
like a time limit?
And we pretended that there was like an audience, and she'd be like, okay, so then you put this much in, and then you stir, so take a look, and she would show it to nobody, but it was the cutest thing.
That's awesome. That sounds like so much fun.
It was called Cooking for America, and we were the #1 rated show on our network.
We were.
Were you also the only show on your network?
Yes.
But, so we won by default, but that's not the point.
Yep, nope, it's absolutely not.
Do you have more that you want to add? I know that you said you always wanted to go to San Francisco to see the house that they did.
Oh my God!
that they
I
made.
was just gonna say San Francisco.
Well,
oh my
she
God.
wants to see every. You ever watch that show Full House?
Oh,
And then it's
yes.
Fuller House, right?
Oh
And
my
it's the same
goodness.
house, and it's
Yeah.
on the hill, and they're in the park, and they're
We
like.
need to take a picture there.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully we find a comment there.
Yeah.
You know.
Can you bring me back a picture and we'll put it in the office.
So, she's always wanted to go to San Francisco.
And baby, you know the
To-
thing like this, that hill, that
Mhm.
road that is like,
Yeah, to see the Full House
Oh,
house.
yeah.
it's like this. It's so weird, but I want to do that too. But you know what, baby? Let's just leave it like that, and then maybe next time we can fill in
We
more
can fill in
stuff.
more. Is that
I think
okay
that's
with
great. Yeah, can I check out some of the stuff we wrote down?
you? You can.
All right. Well, with the time that we have left, I'm not sure how much time is left, but we'll use it.
I
what
don't
we can.
want to check my phone unless I have permission.
Does he have permission
Do
to
I
check
have
the
your-
phone? Let's
You can check it to see.
let's
'cause
see how
yeah.
we're doing on time. We want to make
Okay.
sure we're making the most of this.
Okay. It says 11:10. So if we're done at 11:15, we only have 2 or 3 minutes left before.
Wow,
we're
okay.
done.
So I guess we're gonna save the rest for next week. You guys made huge progress today.
I feel like in all the weeks we've been seeing each
Yeah.
other, this is the first
This is the
time.
best. We started off a little bit rocky and we
Uh-huh.
ended on such a good note. You know, we're feeling a little.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, absolutely.
Can we use the last couple minutes to maybe talk about, like, it's so good right now, we're good right now, but then the week happens.
Yeah, that's a
And
really
so-
good point.
When we're feeling stressed or frustrated or like this energy kind of settles in, it gets used, like it gets filtered out through the week and stuff, like.
Maybe
How
we
do
should take this
how do
home
we-
with us.
Well, so this is why we filled this out today, which is what I was going to get to. You made a great point, so I'm glad you brought it up. I had you guys fill this out because I wanted you to know some of the things you do like to do together. So I know you
Remember.
said, yeah, to remember. So you can definitely take this home, maybe fill it out during the week if you have some time. Don't feel like you have to, but your homework this week is when you're having those days where you're feeling like you're not getting enough of what you need from one another, whether that be, you know, him to cut off the video game, spend time with you, or you to come home and spend time with him. You know, hang this on the fridge and remind the other person to look at it and pick something off of it that you can do. Whether, obviously, you can't go to San Francisco and Bora Bora,
No.
but whether that be you go and get pedicures done together, like you said, maybe
We're
you
going on
watch
Thursday.
Pose. Yeah,
We're going
maybe
on
you
Thursday for
watch Pose
sure.
together. Maybe you guys decide you're gonna cook dinner together. And sometimes that's all you do is watch one episode, cook one meal, and you still go about your separate
Yeah.
ways. But I think it's gonna turn that mood around. Would you guys be okay with doing that
I
for
think
homework?
that's a great check-in.
Yeah, hang it up right on the fridge and just remind each other, especially if she's out and you're wondering how she's going to see what's on the fridge while she's out. Send her a
What if
picture.
we did this? You know how in the kitchen when you turn that corner like you're going to the basement, there's like the door on the wall and they have that small wall that's like that. What if we left here and stopped at Home Depot and bought some chalkboard paint and we painted that in chalkboard
yeah.
and then we made a whole list of stuff we could do together on
You
the
know what? So
chalkboard.
we won't lose that. Why don't take a picture with your phone of that, and if we're gonna do the chalkboard, let's put it on the chalkboard.
Awesome.
So you know, I'll paint the chalkboard, but you know I have horrible penmanship, so
That's
you can write
okay.
it out.
That's okay. And then if you need help with the chalkboard, I'll help you with the chalkboard too. But
Fantastic.
we'll go together. We'll leave here. We'll go to Home Depot and get chalkboard.
All right, we out of here,
I
guys. We
love
out of
this.
here.
Thank you so much, guys. You did an awesome job today. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, and keep these things in mind so you can let me know how they went, okay?
Okay.
I'll be checking in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, honey, off to home.